Good morning to all. Myself J. Amala Arockia Raja, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, JJ College of Engineering Technology, Trichy. Now I explain about the SF6 gas. What is SF6 gas? SF6 gas is a special type of gas used in many industries. It is colorless, meaning you cannot see it. It is odorless, so you cannot smell it. It is also non-toxic and non-flammable, which means it is safe to use and won't catch free easily. What makes SF6 special is that it has excellent insulating properties. This means it can stop electricity from jumping or discharging. Because of this, it is great for use in high voltage electrical equipment. We use SF6 gas in a lot of places. It is used in power stations, circuit breakers, transformers, and even in some medical and scientific tools. It helps prevent electrical accidents by acting as an insulator. Even though SF6 gas is a very useful, there is a big problem. It is greenhouse gas and not just any greenhouse gases. It is extremely powerful. If it gets released into the air, it says that for a long time and contributes to global warming. So while SF6 gas helps in many industries, we need to be careful with how we use it. We should try to reduce leaks, recycle the gas, and look for better alternative in the future. SF6 gas is used in high voltage electrical equipment like transformer, switchgear, and circuit breaker. There are all devices that control or carry a lot of electricity. What is special about SF6 gas is that it is very good electrical insulator. This means it does not let electricity pass through it. Because of this, it helps to keep electrical system safe. It places where strong electrical currents are present. We need something that can block or contain electricity safety. Gas is ideal for this. This that is why it is widely used in electrical industries. So SF6 gas is a man-made gas used in big electrical systems. It doesn't allow electricity to pass through it, which makes it great keeping those systems safe and running smoothly. SF6 is not just used in electrical equipment. It is also one of the most powerful greenhouse gases we know. It has a global warming potential that is 23,500 times greater than the carbon dioxide. That means releasing just a small amount of SF6 is like releasing a huge amount of CO2. According to the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change, SF6 emissions have been increasing every year since the 1980s. In fact, they reached a peak of 7.3 million ton in 2020. As more SF6 is released, more of it stays in the air. Right now, the atmospheric concentration of SF6 is about 10 parts per trillion. That may sound small, but because it's so powerful, even this amount is harmful. One of the big problem is that the SF6 stays in the atmosphere for very long time. It does not break down quickly. Scientists estimate that SF6 gas is a lifespan over 3000 years. That means if we have released it today, it will still be around for many generations. Because of SF6 traps heat in the atmosphere, it contributes to global warming and climate change. It acts like a thick blanket around the earth, stopping the heat from escaping. Since SF6 gas such a big impact on the environment, industries and the governments need to take action. We should try to reduce the emission and look for safe, greener alternatives. In short, the SF is useful but it is very harmful to the environment. In the electrical industry, we use special gas called sulfur hexafluoride or SF6. It helps prevent short circuit and electrical accidents. It is a colorless, odorless and non-flammable gas, and it is also low in cost. SF6 is a very effective insulating material, especially in a medium and high voltage installations. That means it helps you to unwanted flow of electricity, keeping system safe. This gas is used in everywhere in the electrical field, from big power stations to wind turbines and electrical substations in tower and cities. It is trusted in all these areas because it helps prevent fire and electric shocks. Many electrical devices also use SF6 gas. Let us list of the few of them: circuit breakers, gas insulator lines, capacitors, switch gears, power transformers, voltage and current transformers. Now let's talk about the safety. The SF6 is not toxic. It doesn't directly harm people or animals, but here is the important part of SF6 is heavier than air. If some breathe in large amounts, it can push oxygen out of the lungs and cause unconscious. So, the sum of SF6 gas plays a big role in keeping electrical systems safe. It is used all over the world in the power system because it prevents accidents. But we should also handle it with care because of its environmental impact and how it behaves in the air. About 10 years ago, there were no good alternatives to SF gas in high voltage switchgear. Engineers had to use it even though they now it had a very high global warming potential. In fact, SF6 is one of the most harmful greenhouse gas we know. But things have changed. Today new technology are available. Companies like Siemens Energy have developed a clean alternative to SF6. This shows that we are moving to low carbon, eco friendly future, especially in the power sector. Let's look at amazing example. The East Anglia, one of offshore wind farm in the UK, it has 100 giant wind turbine that spread across 300 kilometers square. That is a huge area. It generates 714 megawatt of power. Here is the existing part. This wind farm does not use SF6 in the switchgear. Instead of uses clean air to insulate it high voltage equipment. That makes it one of the greenest systems in the world. So now we see the clean green alternative do exist. We no longer have to rely on harmful gases like SF6. With clean air installation and renewable energy like wind power, we are building better and clean future. According to the US Environmental Protection Agency, nearly 80% of SF6 gas used globally goes into one place, the switchgear industry. That is a huge number. So if we want to protect the environment, We really need to focus on this area first. Now let's talk about the real world example. The East Anglia wind farm in the UK, it is just generating renewable energy from wind. It also helps the planet in the another big way. In short of 80% of SFS gas is used in switchgear, and one wind farm like East Anglia, one can avoid it completely. Then the whole industry can change to it is a big step toward the green and a cleaner energy future. We already now that the SFS gas is dangerous for the environment and can even be harmful to human if handled carelessly. That is why it is very important to monitor its concentration in the air. If there is a leak, we must detect it early to avoid accidents and pollutions. One of the top companies that makes the gas detection system is Amtronics. They make excellent device that can detect the even small SFS gas leaks. These models are built for different environments, some for permanent installation, other for the mobile or field uses. These detectors are very sensitive. They can sense even tiny increase in SFS gas concentration. If the level crosses the safe limit, the device will sound an alert. This helps the workers and the safety team to take immediate action before things get worse. We know that SFS gas is useful but harmful to the environment. So scientists and engineers are now using alternate gases to replace it. This includes dry air, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and a mixture of nitrogen and oxygen. So common alternative to SFS gas is dry air, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. Why dry air is the best alternative? Among all these, the dry air is become the most promising option. Let's see why dry air is the smart replacement for SFS gas. The dry air is everywhere. It is easy to find and cheap to use. That makes it very cost effective, especially in large scale systems like power grid and substations. Other gases might be more expensive or hard to get. Dry air is natural. Does not add greenhouse gases to air, so does not harm to the environment. That makes a sustainable and green option compared to the SF6. Dry air is also safe to use. It is non-toxic, which means it does not harm people. It is also non-flammable, so there is no risk of fire. That is why dry air is a great option where human safety is important. So dry air is a apartment safe, eco-friendly and cheap. That is why it is become a top choice to replace SF6 gas. We already know the SF6 gas is harmful. A company called Amtronics is one of the leading makes of gases detecting system. Their products are specially designed to detect SF6 gas leaks and very accurately and very easily. These detectors are highly sensitive. If there is a gas leak and we want it catch early and it can lead to oxygen displacement which is dangerous. So to keep people safe and to protect the environment, we must use a smart gas leak detection system like the ones made by the Amtronics. Continuous monitoring and the early alerts make of this the difference. Easy handling and transport. The one of the best things about the dry air is the easy handle to the transport. This means you don't need special equipment and safety precautions to move it from one place to another. So advantages of the air: easy to store to move, reduce the cost of handling, convenient for industries. Even though the just air, dry air is there, still has good insulation properties. It can stop electricity from leaking out. So because the dry air works well, we can use it in many types of electrical equipment like switchgear, transformer and circuit breakers. All of these systems can now be made more eco-friendly by switching to dry air. The biggest benefit: the dry air is the natural and non-polluting. It does not add greenhouse gases to environment like SF6 gas. So by using dry air, we are moving toward a cleaner and a green future. So in the summary, the dry air is a safe, cheap and eco-friendly. It can replace SF6 gas in many places, especially in the power industry. Thank you. Further any queries, to send the feedback to particular email ID.